Alright, Shalom, Kohaloyim La, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakak Wadash. Peace to the election of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans nearby and scattered abroad. Peace, love, and blessings. Yahweh's name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahushai's name of the Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ. And I just want to do this video talking about this young woman named Reyna Dunlap. All right, so the video on YouTube is called Instagram Influencer and Zeus Baddie Star Dead Found Dead in Abandoned House, Reyna Dunlap story. Now, the narration throughout this video is, of course, AI generated and things of that nature. So it was a little hard to follow, but it was definitely enough to get to the point. So this right here that you see in the thumbnail is Reyna Dunlap. She was an Instagram influencer, as the title says, and stuff like that. And, you know, as I'm watching or listening to the narration and things of that nature, it sounds like she was posting just like the typical modern, you know what I'm saying, Western woman. She was posting a bunch of, you know, scantily clad, you know, photos and things of that nature, you know, nude, practically nude photos on Instagram, just like I said, the typical average Western woman today. And she met up with somebody who was, you know, who said they wanted to give her an opportunity to be famous, and she took it. Now, throughout the narration, she goes to Cleveland, Ohio, and she's with somebody, whoever, or maybe it was a bunch of somebodies or whoever's, and things of that nature. And she ended up in an abandoned house, if I'm not mistaken, you know, naked, or with somebody else's clothes on, because they weren't her own clothes. They weren't her own clothes and things of that nature. From, you know, the torso to the pants to the shoes, she ended up with somebody else's own clothes on, and, you know, just left lifeless. It said in the video, through the narration, there was no signs of struggle, you know, no signs of anything forced necessarily, and things of that nature. Now, she didn't do drugs. According to her family, she did not do drugs. You know, they also asked an ex-boyfriend about it. You know, he confirmed it, like she never did drugs, but they found fentanyl in her system, certainly enough to, you know, put her down and things of that nature. So I'm doing this video, and this is not because I don't want to say anything on camera that I can't say to, you know, someone's face if ever confronted with the situation. But when it comes to, because she's definitely an Israelite. What nationality? She looked like she might be Northern tribe, a so-called, you know, Latin or Hispanic and stuff like that. But Latin, Hispanic, or Native American and stuff like that. But nevertheless, whatever her nationality is and stuff like that, this is what we tell, you know, you sisters of the Israelite community. You have to be careful. You have to be mindful. And you have to be mindful of your own body. All right, not even just in the Israelite community, but we tell you women in general, you know what I'm saying? Don't, like, if you're gonna go out somewhere, tell somebody where you are, go out with somebody, get yourself a man, okay? Stop being promiscuous. We tell you all of these things. We tell you all these things because we love you. We tell you all these things because the scriptures command you to be modest. The scriptures command you to be modest. So when you go live in this life of a star, you know, being an attention seeker, okay, being a narcissist, looking down on people, you know, having this, you know, overly valued opinion of yourself, you end up with results like this, man. All right, and it's the same story every single time with you women, especially you sisters, okay. Not you true sincere sisters, of course, but you Israelite women in general. But then y'all start, you know, you know, black man can't tell me nothing. Yeah, niggas ain't shit, yada yada. Y'all start acting like that, but we do, like, a good amount of us is doing our best to protect you, but you don't want to be protected. But then you start making posts and these claims that, oh, black men don't protect black women and yada yada yada. No, and there's a lot of statistics that show that is not true at all, not in the least. So yes, I am doing this video criticizing not only this, I mean, she's in the spirit world now. She's gone. Okay, but let her, yes, be another example to you women on how, you need to get it together. Get off of social, or stop posting these wildly promiscuous photos on social media, okay? And taunting men and chasing attention. Stop doing these things. Look for different hobbies. There's other things you can do. But y'all want to be running around acting like little whores, man. And then you get caught up in situations like this. She was going to, cast to be on a reality TV show, and whether it was somebody from the set or some random stranger, she got. Now, with that being said, because I'm not going to make this video too long and things of that nature, but I want to read some of these comments, and a lot of them is from women. A lot of them is from women saying that, look, she got what she deserved. And they're not saying, and now, yes, they are saying condolences to the family, but her family failed her. Now, also through the narration, it doesn't sound like she had a father figure around, which, well, women who do things like this, who are oftentimes wildly promiscuous, they don't have I'll say a solid father figure around, or a solid father figure, period. Okay, it's always one or the other. So, you see her, she was obviously, beautiful and things of that nature, but it sounds like she only was living with her mother and her sister, and she went out seeking fame. Okay? So I'm going to read some of these comments, and I'm going to show you that a lot of people are fed up and done with the same song and dance from these, these Western women. Because you Israelite women, a lot of y'all just want to be sluts and whores. Okay? Let me see. Boss of Bling. I don't know. I can't tell if this is a male or female. But it says confidence where? When a person is confident, they do not look down on people who are darker than them. Now, I don't know exactly what they mean by that, but, for the first part, I can understand. She didn't have no confidence, man. Or rather, I should say this. She had confidence in the wrong areas of life, man. She had confidence in her promiscuous behavior, okay? In her slutty behavior. That's what she had. Because on Instagram, she was known as the Nude Queen. And that's saying a lot just from name alone. The Nude Queen. Nude meaning naked. And the word queen, because y'all still think that, that word means, a woman of royalty. The word queen, the earlier versions of that word, the Anglified versions of that word is actually Quean, and it means a disreputable woman or a whore. Okay, so by name alone, okay, she was, acting like a whore. Or actually being one. Okay, now I'm not saying this is disrespect to the family, but let's be honest. Her family failed her, man. Her family failed her. So confident where? When a person is confident, they do not look down on people who are darker than them. Right? Now, this right here, I can say is definitely from a woman. All right, so this is at Queen Pink 36 Favorites 46. It says, sad to say, it's not a good idea to be online disrespecting and talking down on B men. And I'm assuming B men is black men. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. It's sad to say it's not a good idea to be online disrespecting and talking down on B men. She or no one else deserves to have their life taken from them. Stop getting on the internet spewing hate. You never know who's watching. You see what I'm saying, man? And this is a woman, someone I perceive to be a woman saying this, who has probably watched, her videos, who has probably watched her account, and now they saw the news story and was just like, you see, this is what happens when you do those things, man. Okay? We tell you sisters, man. We tell you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American to watch your step. Okay? Stop disrespecting yourselves. Stop disrespecting, your family members, your friends. Stop disrespecting people of your own nationality. Just stop doing that, man. We tell you that for a reason. right? So you got one woman right here, holding the holding her, well, can't hold her accountable when she's dead, but you get the point. Okay? But somebody's in their right mind. So, shout out to Queen Pink 36 favorites 46, right? Then you got Jakari DCW 10 days ago. And this is probably the coldest one I read so far. She says, and from the profile picture, that's definitely a female. She says, I don't care about this. When you're hateful, hatred comes back to you. Her parents did a horrible job with her. And look, 11 likes, and she's absolutely right. So, I never got a chance to go on her Instagram. I'm not even on Instagram like that. But I haven't heard about this Nude Queen until this incident. Okay, and again, once again, let this be an example to the rest of you sisters out there who's moving like how she was. Bold, naked, or halfway naked. Okay, because you can't post totally nude on Instagram. Well, at least as far as I know, as far as I remember it. Okay, but posting half naked, slur photos, and then from these comments she was talking down on black men. Okay. All right, this is what happens when you do things like this, man. You end up in these situations. All right? So yeah, she said, I don't care about this. When you're hateful, hatred comes back to you. Her parents did a horrible job with her. Yep, and that's absolutely right. Because once again, in the video, through the narration, it did not sound like there was a father figure or any masculine figure in general involved in her life. Let me see. That sex trafficking is real. Someone better check the Zeus network. Moving too fast and reckless. Look, you see, Jane Locke, another female, putting things into proper perspective. Jane Locke at Jane Locke, 1956, 10 days ago, moving too fast and reckless. See, there you go. Because again, in the video, she didn't tell anybody where she was going. And there was some DMs on, if I'm not mistaken, Instagram, somebody asking her if she wanted to have a shot at fame and come to a party with big names, and she said, I'm in. And that was the last message. So Jane Locke, shout out Jane Locke, 1956, moving too fast and reckless. Look, Tierra Monet, 83, 82. And by the way, these women are not saying these things, okay, to insult or to berate. None of those things. They're saying this because this is common sense. This is common sense. This is what happens when you lead a riotous and a reckless life. This is what happens when you do that. So this is by yet again another woman at Tierra Monet, 8382, 9 days ago. I heard about this. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and I know for sure she was being a thought and got with the wrong person and got. No one makes you do anything that you don't want them to do. And also, these lowlifes up here is scary. All she had to do was scream loudly and told somebody we get people and told somebody we get people arrested in the city. I'm sorry that happened to her, but obviously she didn't have survival skills because she could have if she was smart and had those skills. Now us women have to wonder who the F did that to her. My condolences. To get family very sorry that happened to her. The grammar was a little rough to read through it, but you get the point, man. So it looked like she was up here, being a thought. She was up there in Cleveland, in Ohio, being a thought, and somebody got her, man. Like when your parents tell you, don't talk to strangers, okay? Or once again, tell somebody where you at, all right? Stop traveling alone. Give somebody your location. Have people around you that you trust. Okay? Y'all females be going out on these girls trips, and some of them never come back. You want to be out being a loose cannon? Well, you get the reward of a loose cannon lifestyle. Okay? And right. The sister said she have no survival skills. Obviously not. She didn't have enough common sense either. You know? Why are all the influencers coming up dead? Because a lot of them live reckless and riotous lifestyles. That's why. Shanetta Owens, 3451. All right. And it's one of those things where it's just like, look, man, and some people may think this is cold, but these scantily clad, you know, women who prostrate themselves on social media with almost nothing on, who bash men, okay, who are narcissists, they don't deserve sympathy, man. They don't deserve sympathy. I don't care what you say. They don't deserve sympathy. Okay? They do not deserve sympathy. And at the end of the day, it's judgment of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, now I'm a Hebrew Israelite. We don't bash women. Okay, we don't bash anybody, really. We tell you the truth. And oftentimes, yeah, we are cold about it, but look, man, it is what it is. Yeah, and this was another account in the narration. It says, and the sick thing is, they did her hair beautifully, and nails were blood red, no bruises, no cuts, and wrapped in oversized clothing that she never wore. Sounds like she got with the wrong peoples, had their way with her, and discarded her. Yeah, because they haven't disclosed whether it was one person or a bunch of people. It says they did it in such a way that it's leaving us to wonder how she truly died. My prayers go out to her grieving family, and I pray justice is served because justice has no expiration date. I pray her soul is at rest with the Lord. Yeah, now I mean her family was on they was on GoFundMe trying to raise up enough money for an investigation, but it looked like it didn't work out. So the case actually went cold, and the autopsy ruled that she was just drugged and things of that nature. So you and look, I think this is somebody that she actually knew. From loyalty is respect. At loyalty is respect. It looked like could be a woman. It says, "I miss our chats. I told you not to go." See, look. So look, man. This is she's been warned. She has been warned. Look, I'm screenshotting this, man. It looks like she's been warned, and she didn't listen. She has been warned, and oftentimes, when we have women in our lives that are oftentimes reckless, like or show reckless behavior like this, we usually warn them, like, look, that's not a good idea. Don't go to that party. Don't go on that date. Don't go here. Don't go there. We usually giving y'all warnings, but you don't take heed. You don't take heed. You know? I miss our chats. I told you not to go. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said, sorry for your loss. Somebody else said, what do you mean you told her not to go? Where you told her not to go? And by the way, the the Midwest Baddie Show or whatever it's called and stuff like that, they because the police did contact them, and they said that she never showed up. So once again, it could be that somebody is lying, or she met up with the wrong person, and again she got. Yeah, man, but you get the point. Let's get some scriptures, man. Let's get some scriptures. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this too long. This is the book of Matthew chapter 16 verse 25. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." Right now, right there. Now, one thing you got to know about the scriptures is that it speaks to men first, right? It's a predominantly male written book, but there are a lot of life lessons in here that do apply to women. Okay, so whoever will save his life shall lose it. So again, Reyna Dunlap, she was on the road looking, for fame and things of that nature. She wanted to be a star. She was about to go on a reality TV show. She wanted to be a star. Okay, that's called saving your life. Okay? That's honoring your life before honoring righteousness, man. Okay? But the scriptures say what? And whoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So if she was just to, humble down, right? Get herself involved with, a good man, or just stay with her family and lead a normal life, she more than likely would have been fine. But she was looking to save her life. She was looking to create a dream. She was looking to be a star. She was looking to be a star, man. Walk the red carpet and so forth and so on. Okay? Verse 26. It says, "For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" Right now, and that's essentially what she was doing, man. What a lot of our people go to do, they get these, or what they perceive to be big breaks. Okay, like, oh, finally, here's my come up, here's my chance. Let me show the world who I am and what I can do. They want to build themselves up, but they're doing it in the wrong way, because there's no, and I mean absolutely no, acknowledgement of God, man. I mean, hell, and look, in every single case that this is happening, it never works out. Look at P. Diddy right now. And for years, they've known about P. Diddy for years, man. Okay? But just like what's about to happen with this, this young woman that just passed away, Reyna Dunlap, they're gonna sweep whatever happened to her under the rug, just like they've been sweeping all the nonsense that Diddy has been doing under the rug. Okay? But it finally came back to him because, he got locked up. He got locked up. I think last time I read about him, he's actually in the hospital right now with some injuries and stuff like that. But nonetheless, he's locked up. But this is what happens when you go to, sell your soul, so to speak. Which, the expression "sell your soul" means give up your integrity. Okay, this is why you hear about humiliation rituals in these industries. All right, you got to get on your knees. You gotta bop somebody off. All right, or if you're a woman, you got to get gang banged. Okay, if you're a man, it's probably the same or something different. You gotta do weird rituals, man. All right, and what, you're being recorded, you're being documented when you do these rituals. So that way, if you step out of line, they can use that against you. Okay? And they'll try all sorts of things to take you down. This is how the industry play. So whether that reality show, management had anything to do, with her death, because it says she was still trying to network. I don't know if she made it there and they were lying about it and stuff like that, but it was said in the video that she was still trying to network and meet up with people and things of that nature. So she started getting greedy. Again, she was looking to sell her soul. She was looking to sell her integrity. Okay? And she got her just desserts. Okay? Let me see. Let me see. This is in the book of Sirach. Excuse me, that wasn't it. Care of body. There we go. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 7, verse 24. As a matter of fact, let me start from 23. Sirach 7 and 23, it says, "Hast thou children? Instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth." Okay, so as the scriptures say in Proverbs 22 and 6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Okay, so she didn't, once again, she didn't have a father figure in her life, is what I'm assuming. Okay, in the story, it was just her mother and her sister. Okay, but even so, the mother, and we hope, because we hold women accountable too. The mother should have been teaching her, modesty, man. But I can almost guarantee you, I know what the lifestyle was like. The mother was probably best friends with her daughters, hardly giving them instruction, hardly keeping them in check, hardly keeping them disciplined, going out with them, having fun with them, and so forth and so on. Okay? But when you instruct the child the right way, and not being friends with your child, but, being their parent, being their guardian, being their ruler, being lords over your children, they usually, typically, in a balanced household, they grow up good. They grow up doing the right things. They grow up modest. They grow up humble and meek. Okay? Verse 24, it says, "Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. Marry have a care of their body." So you gotta, fathers, especially fathers, man. Especially fathers, and y'all have no idea how important this is to watch over your daughters, because women have made it so obvious for generations that they have absolutely no care of their body, and they listen to their emotions, and they get with the wrong guys. Okay? I have a few examples of this in my life as well. I have a mother that acts like that. So when we say these things, and when we bring the scriptures out concerning them, we're not saying this from a place of hate. We're saying this because it's true. Women have absolutely no care over their body. And if you're not, guarding and keeping a woman in check, keeping a woman in line, keeping a woman disciplined from their youth up, she will prostrate herself out to the world, and the world will have their way with her. Okay, so, fathers, parents, period, protect your daughters, protect your children, period. Okay, so hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. Yeah, don't be overly friendly with your children, man. Don't be overly cheerful and friendly with your children. Okay, because what? There's going to be a lack of boundaries. And a lack of boundaries is going to invite a lack of respect. And so they're going to start treating you with contempt. They're going to be too familiar with you. Like, don't be drinking with your children. Don't be smoking with your children. Don't be doing these crazy worldly things with your children, man, because it's not wise. It's not wise. Right? Verse 25, it says, "Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding." Yeah, where it says, marry your daughter, okay, that means be the man in your daughter's life until you're ready to marry her off to someone else. All right, because somebody, I wanted to elaborate on that because, somebody unlearned might be like, oh, a father's supposed to marry his daughter? Whoa, that sounds like incest. No, this just simply means be the man in her life until you're ready to marry her off to another man. Okay, this has nothing to do with sex. Okay, that means, keep your daughter in straights, keep her in check, keep her disciplined until you're ready to marry her off. All right? And that was the point on that. I'll get this one last scripture and then I'll close out, man. All right, because, it's sad. It's sad to see these things happen to our sisters, but at the same time, a lot of them be asking for it, man. All right, and a lot of women who posted on the comment board on that story, they know. They know. Let me see. I'm going to start at verse 24. Sirach 25 and 24 says, "Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die." Right? So, this, when you put it into perspective, it's, going back to the Garden of Eden, when Eve was beguiled by the serpent. Okay, that even, women today being unlearned, they're making these jokes and they're making these, These outlandish statements that, God and Adam was in cahoots about setting Eve up to be beguiled by the by the serpent, which is just complete nonsense, man. Complete nonsense and straight blasphemy. Okay? It says Eve was beguiled by the serpent in the Garden of Eden. She was the one who got deceived. She was the one who got tricked. Essentially, she did it to herself, which is what a good majority of the women in this life do. They come into these malevolent situations themselves, man. They do it to themselves. Okay? And they blame men, they blame everybody else but themselves. All right, so of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Verse 25, it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. So once again, revisiting what somebody on the comment section said, condolences to her family, but this is what happens when you bash black men, okay, and you go out and you be a thought and so forth and so on. Hatred comes back to you. And once again, it don't sound like those women was plotting on her, but they was observing her Instagram, and they were just like, you see, that's going to come back to her. That's going to come back to her. And it did. But it says, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. So this is why we tell you, sisters, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be going out by yourself. You should really stop taking these girls trips and be with people who are willing to protect you. Be with your family. Be with your family. Whether you have a husband or you have a big brother or big brothers or fathers, be with your family. Be with somebody you know and trust. Okay? But don't give a wicked woman, which it sounds like she was, and this is not to throw shots at the family, but let's call it for what it is. It sounds like she was being a wicked woman, and she went to go travel to become a star, and she was by herself. And it looked like, one of somebody she was close to told her not to go. Yeah, and that's the point on that. But condolences to the family and things of that nature, and so forth and so on. But this is what happens when, your priorities are not in check, man. All right, you start losing people close to you. All right, because they're living a reckless lifestyle, and you think nothing won't happen to them and things of that nature, and next thing you know, you getting a call from the Department of Police Department of Ohio or whoever and stuff like that, and a familiar name comes up, man. It's sad what's taking place out here, man. The level of darkness that goes on throughout this world is beyond insane, man. But Lord's willing, this was edifying. Shalom.